Well, we're continuing in the minor prophets, and we have 4 more to go. And if you've been following along throughout this whole series, many of the themes are going to sound familiar because they are. We keep hearing the same message over and over in the minor prophets, and there's part of you that you like to go, come on, when are they going to get it? And part of it is that it's also over periods of a few hundred years where basically people keep making the same mistake. The people of Israel, the people of Judah, keep sinning in the same patterns, the same familiar ways, and the prophets keep arising, trying to get them to change their ways. Zephaniah, who traces his ancestry back to Hezekiah, dates from the reign of good King Josiah, so he was there probably around 640 to about 609 BC, and based on the content of the book that bears his name, most of these prophecies were probably before Josiah's reforms, which came around 621 BC. And he seems to have quite good knowledge of Jerusalem and kind of the inner courts and circles of power. He never denounces the king personally, so he's probably coming from a position of power and influence. And the book begins, as so many of the minor prophets do, with warnings about the coming judgment on the people of Judah because they have not followed the Lord and been obedient to God. And Zephaniah's particular concern is that the people have, if you will, sprinkled different parts of other religions and diluted the purity of faith devoted to Yahweh, to the God of Israel. It's almost like if you can picture a glass of water with just water and then putting some orange powder in it or some pink powder in it or some green powder in it, and it very much changes the nature of the appearance of the water. That's what Zephaniah was concerned that the people were doing spiritually. And his book opens with his condemnation for all kinds of people. The court officials, even royal officials, will be punished. The merchants are going to suffer because people have not been doing what God says to do. And the verse of the day is verse 12, which says, "At that time I will search Jerusalem with lamps, and I will punish the people who rest complacently on their dregs, those who say in their hearts, 'The Lord will not do good, nor will he do harm.'" And the thing I want to leave you with today is the danger of complacency. You know, this was a problem that came up again and again for God's people in the Bible. They got complacent. They thought they were fine. They lost their edge. They lost their zeal, their commitment, their drive. They lost a sense of urgency to follow the Lord in every aspect of their lives. And as a result, trouble followed. Don't let yourself get complacent, not just in your faith and your relationship with God, but in any aspect of your life. Stay vigilant and stay proactive.